Hello, welcome back to Chris's Beer Reviews. How are you? Hope you're doing really well. It's time for a beer review, and this is one that I am a little bit excited about because it's back. It is back in England. It is Murphy's Irish Stout. They've changed the can. They've gone for this big kind of black finish to it, just like the Guinness cans, with a crest of arms, or coat of arms rather, on the top. Draft Irish Stout, so it does have a widget in it. This comes in at 4% ABV. So yes, it is back. Finally, Heineken have woken up to the fact that there's a surge in stout sales and a huge surge in Guinness sales as well. So stouts as a whole, been a massive rise sort of over the last sort of 5 to 6 months in stouts. And I've been waiting for Heineken to pull their finger out because they own two good stouts, or certainly one that is my absolute favourite, which is Beamish. Beamish Stout is fantastic. Used to be available in England. I think it went late 90s, early 2000s, which was a shame. I used to really enjoy it. I have reviewed it on here. I got some from Ireland. I reviewed Beamish. I tried to get some more because I was going to do a three-way of the Irish Stouts, Beamish, Murphy's and Guinness. But the provider I used hasn't got any at the moment, but that will come. Anyway, so it is back. So Heineken finally caught on. They're also selling it in a number of pubs as well. I think from what I read, there's up to 500 pubs in England now that have got Murphy's on draft. And I believe there's some that they're going to put Beamish into as well. So finally Heineken have woken up to the surge in sales. So we're going to review Murphy's, and then of course we've got to put it next to a Guinness. I'm not going to do two videos and milk the life out of it. I could just do that on its own, then a Guinness versus this, but let's just do it both in one, gets it all out the way. I do have Guinness glasses, but I think to keep it fair, I'm just going to put it in identical vocation glasses, just to keep it fair and simple. So what do we pour first? It's got to be the Murphy's, isn't it? It's just been, well, a long time since I've had a Murphy's, and yes, it is back. It is in Tesco's and it is in 10 packs. I think they are going to bring a 4-pack out, but at the moment it's a 10-pack, £10 for a box of 10, £1 a can. Thank you very much, bargain. So let's get on with it. Oh, hello, a bit lively. And certainly coming out nice and creamy looking. Oh yeah, that looks marvellous. There is a floaty widget in there, and that is doing its bizzo. We might as well open the Guinness because that looks like it's going to take even longer than Guinness. There's another little side-by-side comp, see which one settles the quickest. Although we're a bit behind, aren't we, on the Guinness, to be fair. I needed someone else to open this for me, but both look similar now. There we have it. There's the Guinness. There's the Murphy's, and the Murphy's is still a long way from settling. But then so's the Guinness, to be fair. What type of widget is that in there? Is that a ball as well? Yeah, it looks like it. Yep. Very similar to the Guinness ball. Yeah, I think they are. I'll have to open the cans and have a proper look. Could have done that in the time we wait for these to settle, couldn't I? Just sitting there just muttering to myself about bowls. Often think about bowls while I'm sitting up here. Anyway, look at them. Murphy's is getting there, nearly done. Guinness is really slow today. It's going to take a while, couldn't it? But the Murphy's is still not quite done, but it's as good as there. So we'll let the Guinness carry on. Let's get into the Murphy's. That's what this is all about. Murphy's is back in England. Happy days. There it is. Slightly tanned head, but very slightly, but almost identical to the Guinness head. Forms peaks, just like the Guinness one does. Very dark for 4%. That is very dark. That is really dark for 4%. Let's just, the Guinness, you can see through that straight away at the bottom. The Guinness, you can see through it. The Murphy's, yeah, you can, but it is a bit darker. I think it is darker than the Guinness. Let's get sniffing. Dark fruits, roasty, malty, roasty malt. Very similar to Guinness. Nice aroma. Very similar. Let's get tasting. Cheers. That feels creamier. I do drink Guinness. I drink quite a bit of Guinness. That is instantly feels smoother than Guinness to me. Creamier, smoother. The aromas, the flavour. Roasty dark malts. Dark fruits. Bitter, a little bit of bitterness. Nothing huge on the bitterness. Tiny little hint of chocolate, but very, very tiny. Very, very similar to Guinness indeed. But smoother. Without a doubt, this is smoother. I'll have to run them both through the Nitro Surge device as well. Do the pin trick on both and run them through that to see what that's all about. Whether that makes any even more of a difference. Let's go with Never Go on the Guinness. There's a bit more bitterness coming through on that Murphy's and I like it. That's good. And I can tell you why the Murphy's is feeling a little bit smoother and a little bit creamier. And I didn't notice at the time, but as soon as I've drunk a bit of the Guinness, I noticed why. It's carbonation. Very little carbonation on the Murphy's compared to the Guinness, which does have more carbonation to it. Tastes are not too dissimilar. Out of a can, they're not too dissimilar. Imagine being in Ireland, having both in Ireland, there might be more of a difference between the two, but straight out of a can in England, this says it's brewed in the UK. But it doesn't tell you where in the UK it's brewed, it just says it's brewed in the UK. So if anyone knows the answer, tell me. But let's go again with Guinness. Yeah, there's more depth to the Murphy's. It's got a better body to it. If I had to pick a two, it's the Murphy's. The Murphy's beats the Guinness, but remember, these probably, well, this is 4.1 in Ireland, it's 4.2, and this just says it's brewed in the UK, but I don't know where. So I'm sure Guinness in Ireland. I've never been to Ireland. It's somewhere I want to go to experience the three, the Murphy's, the Guinness and the Beamish. I'd imagine the Guinness in Ireland, maybe it is better than Murphy's. I don't know. You tell me. I'm not an expert as such. Well, I'm not an expert. I just enjoy drinking beer. But the Murphy's is better out of a can. So that's the comparison, is a can comparison. The Murphy's is better than the Guinness. Much smoother, much creamier, much better body to it, less carbonation, and a nicer mouthfeel at the end when it's gone. You're left with a bit more flavour to it, whereas with Guinness it generally goes quite quick. But I still enjoy Guinness, but I certainly enjoy Murphy's. As I say, Tesco's in a 10-pack. From what I read, there's no guarantee it's going to stay. It could go. But the sales have got to go on this, haven't they? Sales have got to be good. I can't believe they won't be. It's good for Guinness to have a bit of competition. It's good for us because it could cause more sort of promotion offers. But I can't see that leaving again. I really can't. And if they can get Beamish in as well, happy days. All would be very, very good indeed. There you go. I'm all done. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon on another one. Take care.